if the man gets angry.
Wow. Why?
I was like, that's cheating. You can do it more than I can.
Because the way our wives and the kids perceive us is a little different from the way they perceive the mother, the wife. This is the Manspiration Show with Abel Olumide. And I think before you can make a deposit in the other person's love account, you need to know what that need is.
Yes.
So we need to take the time to know what is important to the other person to be able to make the right deposit.
So there are 2 books that I use in our pre-marriage counseling that are really good at making those deposits. One is the 5 love languages. So if I know your love language, I can speak your love language. So for my wife and I, we went for 25 years of marriage before we read that book.
Wow.
And my number 1 love language is Cheryl's number 5. My number 2 is her number 4. And our number 3s are the same. So I was trying to say I love you to my wife, but she was not hearing.
She's seeing it in another.
I was speaking Igbo to her.
I love that.
I was speaking another language.
So we could speak in Igbo.
I was speaking Igbo to her. And because for me, words of affirmation is really important to me. That's one of my love languages, and the other is touch. Cheryl's love language is acts of service. So I come in, I want to hug her, and I want her to say, "You're so wonderful." For Cheryl, those are the bottom for her. So in her mind, words mean nothing. Who cares about words of affirmation? They don't mean anything to me. Words mean nothing. Acts of service mean something.
Acts of service.
So we got to this place where we would laughingly say, okay, my love language is hugs. When I come in the door, give me a hug.
Give me a hug.
Okay, now take out the trash, because that's an act of service. And you can say you love me back by taking out the trash. And so understanding each other's love language, because I can be trying to tell you, a hug to me says I love you. To Cheryl, she's like,
doesn't mean much.
Take out the trash, buy me a gift, buy me something. I realized that giving gifts was big to my wife. Not the size of the gift,
but the act of
giving something. So I learned that I could stop by and buy a $2 rose somewhere, or a simple notepad, or some little thing that says, I thought of you today, and I picked this up for $2. Oh, she felt loved.
Means a lot. Yeah.
To me, I'm like, I don't care about gifts. I'd rather not spend the money. But for her, it means a lot. So I got to speak her language. The other book that I recommend is His Needs, Her Needs. There's basic needs in every man. There's basic needs in every woman. And if you know what the need is, I can deposit in that account. So knowing what
the other person, I love that. And I think it starts with that. And when you know what the other person really needs, what means a lot to them, then it is left to you to be deliberate about meeting it.
Yes.
Yeah. And then you're not leaving that vacuum for someone else to fill. Yeah. So yeah. Now some women do believe, or some wives in their relationship do believe, that men don't like to say sorry.
Oh.
And I don't disagree with them. And I would say a lot of men find it a little tough to say sorry. And when you come to that point where you've trained yourself to actually effortlessly say sorry when you're wrong, it shows a level of maturity. And some people believe that it's only when they need food or they need sex that they will say sorry. Because, and the moment some men in a relationship say sorry, the wife knows, okay, what do you want?
He wants sex.
He wants something. That's why he's saying sorry. And I've seen the relationship between you and your wife, so sweet. And how do you learn to put aside, even when you feel bad about saying it, or maybe you're right, she's wrong.
Yeah.
How do you get to a point where you just don't care who wins? I just want things to work. I don't care who wins the argument or who is right.
Yeah.
How do you train your mind to put aside that ego and just get to a point of humility, or just saying, "So hey, I'm sorry. Can we get back now?"
So training yourself to understand that the relationship is more important than winning an argument. The relationship is more important than who wins, who loses. In any of those kinds of things, hey, this relationship is the most important thing. If I see my spouse as my teammate, if she loses, the team loses.
The team loses.
We both lose if one loses.
Yes.
So when we argue, hey, let's find middle ground. In some of that, Cheryl and I, because she grew up in an alcoholic home, there was a lot of yelling and screaming and, throwing things and all of that kind of stuff that happened in her home growing up. When we got married, we made a decision where we will not raise our voices at each other.
That's great.
So our home for 36 years, we made a decision. We don't yell at each other. If we need to step aside, if we need to just be quiet, we are not going to yell and scream and all of that kind of stuff in our relationship. And so we don't. We disagree on things. We talk about them. We talk about them calmly, politely.
You have boundaries that you have set for each other.
Set boundaries. We're not going to get where we're yelling at each other. We're not going to go there. And so our home is a place of peace. I love my home because it's a place of peace. It's a place of a nest that we've made, that this is a safe spot. And I love to be there. A lot of men don't like to go home. They like to work extra hours because home is a stressful place. And work is actually less stressful than being home. And so men avoid coming home from work. They'll work extra hours because home is stressful. So if you can say, hey, we're not going to have stress in the house. I'm the head of the house. If the man is the head, the stress level depends on the man. It's so funny, the difference between men and women. As I talk to men, my wife would tell me one time, there's times that she would, especially deal with our kids, like she would get upset with the kids. She would raise her voice at the kids and disciplining them. But it was like, if I did it, it was a different story. And she's like, Jeff, you carry the stress level of the house as the man of the house. So if you raise your voice at them, the whole house is like.
So the same action?
Same action. And I'm like, hey, you can get by with it, but I can't. What's the problem? And she was like, I'm telling you, it sets a different tone in the home if the man gets angry.
Wow. Why?
I was like, that's cheating. You can do it more than I can.
Because the way our wives and the kids perceive us is a little different from the way they perceive the mother, the wife.
If the husband is shaken and angry and upset, the whole house is on pins and needles. And so if the man can calm himself before he walks in the door and come in into an environment that he feels is in good place.
Good place.
And it's a place I want to be, and it's not a place of stress and turmoil. I tell people I love going home. Home is my spot.
I love my home.
I come in, I go straight to my place, I put my feet up, and I'm so thankful to be there because it is the least stressed place in my life.
I think when you get to a point where you don't look forward to going home, there's more to it. There's something to be checked. There's something to be corrected. Yeah. After the whole stress of the day, of business, of work, I just want to go home. I just want to go home, rest, have good food, spend time with my wife. And I think that for me, that's a dream to look forward to. That's a thing to look forward to. Yeah. So, but just to touch again on the part of saying sorry, admitting you're wrong. And I just wanted to, touch a little on it to say it doesn't matter. It's not about who wins or who loses. It doesn't make you look smaller when you lose an argument at home. And sometimes just helping, like you said, just walking away instead of yelling and shouting, and probably find another time to come back to it. And
I would say this about I'm sorry. I'm sorry doesn't mean you're right, I'm wrong. If we can stop perceiving it as that. If I'm sorry means you're hurt, And whether rightfully or wrongfully, I caused that hurt. Therefore, I'm sorry. Because I know that you're hurt. I acknowledge you're hurt.
Yeah.
And it was because of me.
I've
And I could say, well, I didn't mean it that way, but the reality is you're hurt and I acknowledge you're hurt. Therefore, I am sorry because I did something to cause that and I apologize for you. If you can have that perspective, that it's not who's right or wrong, but I acknowledge that you have feelings and your feelings are hurt, and rightly understood or not, I caused that. And so I apologize to you and I'm sorry for causing that stress in your life.
That's great. So many insights in
we're getting insights.
This podcast. Yeah, and just before we go, I want to ask how you spice up your relationship with your wife. Like, what are some of the fun things that you just say, yeah, it's been a while we've done this together. Let's go. Do you, what are some of these things you do?
Cheryl and I we go to movies. We love to get away for a night somewhere.
Okay.
We love to spend time with our kids.
Great.
And those things are simple. We're at a stage in life now where we don't do as much as we used to. And now we're kind of just very comfortable with, we love to be together. We love just be together. But previously in our life, it was, hey, we love to go out together. We love to go to a restaurant together, where neither of us is going to have to clean the dishes afterwards. Someone else is going to take care of that.
Yeah.
Doing those simple things, having weekend away is beautiful.
I love it.
Get a weekend away.
I need more of that in my life.
I have a guy that helped Cheryl and I in ministry when our kids were young, because when the kids are involved, it's like you can't get away. It's hard to get away.
Still.
But we made a way. We found a way. But this guy would say every 7 days, you need to go on a date with your spouse.
Wow.
Every 7 weeks, you need to do an overnight, the two of you alone. And every 7 months, an extended getaway, like 3 or 4 days or 6 days or a vacation.
Putting a schedule to it, I think, also helps.
So putting a schedule, hey, every week we're going to do something together. For Cheryl and I right now, usually Mondays is my day off, and Mondays we generally get up and we're going to go to breakfast together. We're going to find her. We're going to go to a restaurant. We have a favorite spot. So every 7 days, we're going to have that time with each other at a restaurant. But every 7 weeks, we're not good at doing, but we were good at it earlier in our marriage when our kids were young. And that is, hey, we're going to get away every 7 weeks, basically every 2 months. Every other month, we're going to find a way to do something together overnight.
That's great.
And then every 7 months, hey, we're going to do some form of vacation, get away.
Yes.
A little longer than overnight. That if you put that in there, your wife will feel very blessed.
That's great.
Marriage will do well.
I believe someone has taken that as an insight. Yeah, that's amazing. And I think we shouldn't be ashamed or when people ask you, in the American culture, is a popular thing, especially in the corporate environment. On Fridays, people ask you, hey, what do you have for the weekend? What are you doing for the weekend?
Yeah.
I think we should consciously add it to the list of what we tell people. I'm going to spend time with my wife. Spending time with they ask you what is one of the favorite things you like to do. What do you do for fun? Spending time with my wife is what I do.
I wish my wife would get on my motorcycle. She doesn't get on my motorcycle. I wish she would ride with me.
Ride for fun.
I would never get her on the motorcycle. Some guys do that with their wives and they have a really good time together.
Oh, that must be sweet. Yeah. So spending time with your family, spending time with your wife, especially your spouse should be a thing we should.
What you value, you put on the calendar. So if you will put it on the calendar, hey, every 7 days, every 7 weeks, every 7 months, what you put on the calendar is what you value. And so that thing becomes sacred. Hey, it's on the calendar. We're going, we're doing this. These things become very important.
Yeah.
And so in November, Cheryl and I are going to Orlando, Florida. And we're spending a week with our kids and our grandbaby, and we're going to have a great time together.
Great.
And so just saying, hey, that's a priority to us. And then whenever we're through that's a huge thing for us.
Yeah, I really love how you have talked about your side of things without really focusing too much on what the other person is bringing to the table. I think for me, that's a very big insight. Like, just look at it as every time from my side, I need to put a deposit in my wife's bank, love bank.
Yeah.
Keep putting the deposit there, and so that we don't leave a vacuum. That sticks with me. So, and I mean, just give us a final word from your wealth of wisdom.
I want to say to every man that, as Pastor Abel said earlier, that, hey, we are the CEO. We're the head of the home. We're the head of the family. And being the head is not just dictatorial. It's not just you do what I say. But being the head means, hey, I'm here to support, to help, to protect, to provide for, to take care and make sure this home is going to be great. So, men, I want to speak to you and say, rise up and say, I'm sorry. Rise up and be an example of what the love of Christ is for your wife. Have grace with her. Learn to put yourself inside of her position. See why she does what she does. You'll never understand all of her feelings, but try. Don't not try. Try to understand her feelings. Let her know you're interested in the way she's feeling. And if she's upset, I would say this as well. When an argument does start, the fastest way to stop an argument is, I'm going to be quiet. I really want to hear what you have to say. So please, I want to understand why you're upset right now. And then you be quiet. And the argument stops right there. It's over.
That's amazing.
I want to hear what you have to say.
That's great.
Can I pray for you guys?
Yes.
Is that all right?
Yes, that's all right.
Lord, I pray for every marriage, for every man. I pray that you would use this time together, God, to influence men, to transform lives, to transform marriages and families and communities. God, when men take their rightful place and do the right thing, the blessing of God flows on the family, flows on the church, flows on the community. So God, I pray, bless every man watching this and give them the strength to say the right things, to do the right things, to lay down their lives as Christ laid down himself for the church. In Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen to that. Man, I believe you've been inspired by our guest today, Pastor Jeff Jacob. It's been a great inspiration. Share this with somebody you care about. If you're a woman and you're watching this, you know your husband needs this. So share this with somebody that you care about. Or a man, you know a friend who will need this. So like, share, and let's keep growing together. And let's keep getting better and become a better version of ourselves. God bless you. I'll see you the next time. Bye.